Over a TV, it seems to be as well, at a Walmart. Garfield, New Jersey. Officers had to use pepper spray to subdue a man at a Garfield, New Jersey Walmart after he got into a fight with a store manager about a TV around 6:30 p.m. on a Thursday. Richard Ramos was taken to the Bergen County Correctional Facility in Hackensack, where he remained in lieu of a $20,000 bond, according to the Star Ledger. I mean, is it worth going to jail for and having a $20,000 bond? I'm going to say it probably doesn't. And folks, just to stay in tradition, we want to go over just a couple of our corporate blunders over the years. And this is really more of a mistake made by NASA. This is ranked number 6, and this is kind of interesting. Decimals and fractions causes headaches for many school children, and once they even stymied some of the greatest minds in the country. In 1999, a Mars orbiter that Lockheed Martin designed for NASA was lost in space due to a simple error where the engineers at Lockheed used English measurements while the NASA team used metric ones. Oh, wow. You're going to like this. The mismatch led to a formation on the $125 million craft malfunctioning and the probe being lost. Though it was unusual for Lockheed to use English measurements for a NASA design, there were still numerous occasions where the error should have been caught and it wasn't. So it only cost us $125 million.
Yeah, 100.
I guess so. Figure it out.
Or at least agree on which one system we're going to use.
Yeah, exactly. This is number 7. This is going to be the last one we read. Then we're going to talk about our community cheer, Dr. B. But Quaker loses more than $1 billion on Snapple. You can still find Snapple beverages at most stores, but in the 90s, Snapple was a huge hit at small retailers. Quaker thought it could make billions by buying the company and getting the product into more stores. Quaker paid $1.7 billion for Snapple, but its plans didn't work as they hoped. Other beverage makers had noticed Snapple's rise and the amount Quaker was willing to pay for it, and they weren't going to stand idly by while Quaker cornered the fruity drink in a bottle market. With companies like Coca-Cola developing Fruitopia in 1994 and the creation of, I never have said this right, Sobe?
Sobe. Yeah, Sobe.
Of course, your teenager would know this one. Sobe in 1996. Well, you're 21 now. Okay. Snapple didn't turn out to be as profitable as Quaker had hoped. In the end, Quaker sold Snapple. You ready for this? Oh boy, yeah, bad. For just $300 million to Triac in 1997.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have one better for you. 3 years later, Triac sold Snapple to Cadbury Schweppes for $1.43 billion. Of course, Cadbury got more than just Snapple. But yeah, those are our corporate blunders and mistakes for the day. But folks, let's talk about our community cheer. We are doing 24 days of community cheer where we celebrate something that's going on in the community where people are receiving or being benefited by other people's generosity. And Mustang Callie, what do we have for today's 24 days of community cheer?
Well, we just want to remind everyone about the blood drive next Saturday at Poor Richard's Cafe in Plano. There's a blood drive for Josh Allen. It's going to be from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, December 12th. Don't forget to come out. Everyone here at the On Point family is going to be there giving blood, so make sure to get your protein up, get your iron up, so that you can go out and donate for Josh.
Well, you know, the protein up, heck, you can go to Poor Richard's and get a big old breakfast. I mean,
yeah,
for,
get a big breakfast, come donate.
$6-7, big breakfast at Poor Richard's Cafe in Plano. That's going to be in Plano, Texas. It's located at, Dr. B, our address?
It is at 2442 K Avenue in Plano, Texas.
That's right. That's going to be, go ahead.
If you follow us on Twitter or you're friends with us on Facebook, you know, we're pushing it really heavily, so we just want as many people to come out as possible. We're all going to be there, and we look forward to y'all all being there.
Yeah, Josh Allen was our co-host last week. A great young man, and we want to support him. And so this is a great opportunity for our community to come together and do something really good.
He's a great kid.
We've been talking about basically Black Friday blunders and corporate blunders. This is a chance to make a real impact, a positive impact. For a young man.
If you can go out and Black Friday shop, you can come give blood.
Yeah.
You know, he might say.
He might.
Because he is in the choir at church. You know, folks, here's the really cool thing about it. If you're just catching up with the Josh Allen story, last Wednesday, you can go to our YouTube page at JP and Dr. B. All of our social media is at JP and Dr. B. Our website is jpandrb.com. Facebook, we're JP and Dr. B. Twitter, we're JP and Dr. B. And then you can also find us at YouTube and go to channels. And you can find us at JP and Dr. B. Last Wednesday, Josh did kind of a reveal all of how his feelings are and what he's thinking. And a lot of people don't know how to approach young people or families who have children with cancer. And last week he shared with you how you can approach a family with a young person with cancer, and that it's not, a plague, and it's not horrible, and you don't have to feel bad. And you don't have cancer, you don't have a child that has cancer. You're right, you can't relate, he said, but it doesn't mean that you can't talk to me, and you can't,
right.
say that you understand, that this is going to be hard for everybody. And Josh has had cancer, just to catch you up, has had cancer since he was 11 years of age. He fought it back for a short period of time, and it's come back raging. And he is fighting it. And you talk about a mature, great attitude. If you want a good cry, you want a good Christmas story, you want to watch last Wednesday's YouTube. We finally have gotten it posted up there, and you're gonna tear up. I mean, this guy is super strong. Attitude is unbelievably great.
Yeah.
And so come out and support him. It's really a pediatric cancer kind of blood drive is what it is, where we're trying to help everybody that's got a kiddo that's got cancer who needs blood. Christine shared with us, his mom, last Wednesday, that he is, really plus 20 pints of blood and platelets into into Carter blood. So,
right, and the offer, it doesn't take long. It doesn't hurt to give blood,
right.
And to save a life. I tell you what, when you hear this young man's story and you talk to him and meet him,
you realize he's not. He doesn't, he's not letting cancer overtake him. When you see him, you don't see cancer.
Yeah.
You see a 14-year-old boy who's living his life to the fullest.
He's an inspiration, and certainly a young man who has shown and demonstrated a lot of courage.
Well, folks, I'll tell you what, that is the Josh Allen story. We want you to come out December 12th from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Carter Blood, with Carter Blood Drive at Poor Richard's Cafe in Plano. Also want to thank William over at Krispy Kreme Donuts at Main Street in Allen off of 75. That's 75 and Main Street now. Yes?
Oh, I know.
Too many donuts.
I know.
Krispy Kreme provides all the breakfast for our guests and our staff, and the black coffee, hot piping fresh donuts and coffee. So go visit Krispy Kreme at 75 and Main Street. Folks, we also want to remind you that Brian Glenn comes on right after us. He is the DFW Business, and I keep calling him the Authority. I just think it kind of sounds cool. DFW Business Authority. Join us next week. We have a great show for you. Dr. Clothier will be on, and he'll be talking about ways to reduce your medical stress during the holidays and how to prevent any kind of holiday medical blunders. We're also going to hopefully have North Park Mall on next week. We're also going to have on Tuesday the Ronald McDonald House. And you're going to want to hear our real person, real story. It's a great success story of Luke James and how he was able to start his own cattle company from high school. That's right, I did say high school. So join us next week for JP and Dr. B. Folks, you have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
See, that was a good show.
Oh, it was a very good show. It's
You're
always...
so worried about it.
No,
you
I'm
need
not
to calm
worried.
down.
You know
You're
what, you-
always telling me to calm down. You need to calm down.
Listen, Lori. Listen,
What?
Tanya. You sound like my wife or my mother.
What'd she say? I missed it.
He's always worrying. He's like, man, there's some stuff. Just so-and-so didn't, so-and-so wasn't coming on.
Hey, I'm a man of schedule. Doesn't mean I'm not impromptu. Doesn't mean I'm all that. Folks, I just can't help it. I'm a man of schedule. I like a schedule. When we schedule something, I try to stay on that schedule. Well, folks, thank you for joining us out there in YouTube world. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday.
Have a great weekend.